Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm back here again with another lawnmower fix. What's happening is the lawnmower will run for a second if I pour gas into the carburetor straight, but it's not letting gas flow from the gas tank through the carburetor. That is suggesting to me is that the float in the carburetor that lets the gas flow in and out is stuck because this lawnmower has been sitting for a while. So today I'm going to show you how to lubricate and get that float from being stuck. Here is that carburetor I was talking about, and you can see the cobwebs up in there and how it's been sitting for a while. So let's get up on our side and get that carburetor off and get that float lubricated and unstuck. We'll need a nice size Phillips screwdriver, or you can just find the socket to fit those, but a Phillips screwdriver is more convenient for me at the moment. And we're going to remove this part here because the whole carburetor will come off, but behind here there's also some linkage, so you might want a pair of needle nose pliers if you can't do it with your hands. Needle nose will just make it more simple. Okay, we have her off. This gasket looks reusable, and if it wasn't, we could have made another one out of a piece of cardboard, just trace the hose on this onto a cardboard and cut it out, but that's another story. We don't have to make one. Now, the good thing about doing a video on this, I don't have to actually remember where my linkage and everything goes, because if I forget, I can just rewind this video and look at it. So just a upper hand for you. Remember or take a picture of where everything goes before you undo it. We have our carburetor off, and I hope you guys remember to take pictures. And you know what? It's okay if you didn't, because I got the video recorded for you. You can always rewind my video. But now we're getting ready to actually take the carburetor out and get it rebuilt and get that float from unstuck. But here you are going to need a 10mm socket. Alright, she's all removed, and that gasket looked good as well, so we will be reusing that gasket too. So let's move on to getting these back bolts off here. And as you can see, those are Phillips heads. We got that removed, folks, and as you can see, that gasket is pretty good itself too. So let's move on to getting her cleaned up. Alright, once we remove the bolt for the back of the float valve cover, this socket here is going to be a 13. So get your 13 and let's get that removed. Folks, got that off of there. And as you can see, look at all the grime in there. All the grime on the float. That there will most definitely keep your float stuck. Look back here. See, that's the mechanism right there that tells the float how much gas to let in and out. And let's get this thing all cleaned out so she can float again like she's supposed to. There's too much grime on her. It's probably weighing her down, I don't know, but that is too much stuff in there. You want all that off of there. Look at that. That shouldn't be on there, folks. All that needs to come out. All that grime needs to come off of there. And inside of here too. All that will have an effect on how that valve flows. Oh, that's not good right there. So I'm just showing you a brief moment of it. I'm going to stop the camera and get down and cleaning this for real, and I'll be right back. One other thing, folks, when you want to be careful of when cleaning this float, or if you're just doing a job to get the float from unstuck, be careful with this pin here. It slides in and out. It'll stay in place once the housing is on it, but what that is a pivot. That's a pivot for this float. And also, if you look close enough, you see that little spring-like looking thing right there that I'm touching? That right there is what's attached to the float and the carburetor. You see how it lifts up on the carburetor right there, the choke on the carburetor? How it lifts up and down on it. You want to be careful not to lose those guys, because they can slip. They just slide in and out. So that's just a heads up for you. What I have here, folks, is a mixture of Dawn soap and water, because you know Dawn is a degreaser, but you don't have to worry about this because it's a degreaser and water, because after I finish with giving it its bath in a degreaser detergent, I'm going to also give it a gasoline bath, so we'll get all the water and the residue off of here with the gas. So I'll be back once I finish doing that. And oh yeah, if you can, let's see what I do with it. You might want to give it a scrub with a toothbrush. I got an electric one here that I'm using. You don't have to be an electric, but just give it a nice little bath and get it all cleaned up. Also, folks, another thing I want to show you here is this is a good way to show you to see if your float is unstuck. See, that float should rise when it hit that water. So that float is working good now. That's a good way to check and see if your float is not stuck. Now when it comes down to tougher parts, you might want to get yourself a wire brush, because it'll help with scrubbing some of that stuff off of there. See how that works. So yeah, folks, get yourself a wire brush and you can see the inside of here now. Everything is coming along. Alright folks, now it's time for the gas bath. Give her a little gas bath here. Don't need too much gas, just enough to lubricate it back up with gas instead of the water. Alright, now let's get her put back together. And remember, let's put it back the same way we took it off. Should have cleaned this bolt, but oh well, it's just a bolt. It ain't gonna hurt anything. Just a nut, it's not gonna hurt anything. Alright folks, we got her all put back together. You can see she's new and clean. And I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to actually see if I can clean that old filter that was on there. And if that works, that's a great deal, because I got her back running without having to put any money into her. Just a little TLC. So that's about it, and I'll be taking her outside here soon to get her started. Stay tuned. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's see if she keeps running when I get her started this time. Now that the fuel, the carburetor is all cleaned up and lubricated. I'll say that's a win. Right on, YouTube. You guys like this video? Give me a like and a thumbs up. And please subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.